Ready it up. What's good? What's the vibes, everybody? Welcome to episode 2, TakeSpace Podcast. Today, we're going to get right into it per usual. No time to waste. Got my boys Jeffrey here. Daniel is here. Let's catch a vibe. Let's get into it. So, we're going to start off with the art of letting go, the art of surrendering. I'm going to give my take on it first, on what I think the art of letting go is, what I think surrendering, and how it could help us in today's time. So, literally in the sense of maybe let's give an example. I'm a professional football athlete, and the art of letting go for me would be I'm doing what I have to do every single day. I'm training every single day. I'm practicing every single day. I'm eating the way I need to be eating. I'm staying really disciplined even when I don't feel like practicing. I'm practicing. The art of letting go in this sense would be, all right, I know I'm doing what needs to be done already. I need to let go of the fact of when this is going to happen, or if it's going to happen. I don't need to be worried about that whatsoever because I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm already in alignment with the person I need to be. So the art of letting go would be super beneficial to me because, all right, bet I'm letting go of the fact of I don't know when this going to happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I know I'm on the same exact frequency, and by law, it gotta happen. So, how, Daniel, we'll go with you. How do you think the art of letting go can help you or help anybody else in today's time?
Uh, Art of letting go. Okay. Um, well, I have a good example for this. I'll say the best example, in my opinion, would be like uh masturbation, right? So we all know no, let me cook, right? Just think about it, right? So like people normally just drain themselves, right?
Yeah.
No one just when they feel pent up, they drain themselves.
Uh,
I think a better output than draining yourself is holding on to that energy and using it in a more creative manner. Like um like let's say when you're in the motion, maybe you see a little Instagram reel, you see a little shorty, she's looking good. Maybe she does a little dance that might rile you up. And you feel
okay.
like I gotta go on that on that incognito browser. Instead
Okay.
of doing that, you go ahead and do something with that creative energy. Let's say you're into music, you write, you know what I'm saying, you write how she's making you feel down, you turn that into some lyrics, or in a way of like, let's say if you're like an artist, you like to draw and paint, you get that motivation from that and draw like a art piece of love or something like that, right?
Alrighty.
And that's my kind of like example of that art of letting go.
All right. So, Jay Lauren, Jeffrey, how would you say letting go could help you out in today's time? You know, how can letting go can help you feel better and about the process and just showing up in general?
Now that I hear your examples, like both of you, since both of you put your input in, now I'm listening to like art of letting go, and actually have a better understanding of it. Um, so I feel like the way how the art of letting go is basically conquering yourself from going into thinking too far into the future when you shouldn't be really. It's
100%.
like trying to stay present. It's like letting go of the fact that you're scared and you have this high anxiety of whether or not you might just be able to achieve the goals that you desire. But as long as you know that you're putting in that work, like you're doing exactly what you need to do every day in order
Mm-hmm.
to get to those steps, you're going to make it there. There's
Okay.
no doubt about it.
There we go.
So the art of letting go, just let go, bro. It's not that serious. You're going to make it. Just keep putting in that work, and you're going to be
I
fine.
like that.
But I feel like that. With hearing that both of your input, that's what I feel like the art of letting go is.
All
And like in the aspect of let's say it's like a past like trauma or a past mistake you've like made that might like if you keep holding on to that, that could like deteriorate you, or not the right word I'm trying to use. That could like slow you down in a way where like let's say like I'll use myself as an example, right? Last week, I made a mistake during my work and whatnot, and I kept on like pondering on it. Um, Recently this week, sometime like I think it was Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, right? I was thinking
okay.
about the mistake I made. And I was like, that kind of really messed like the flow of things that's going on. But I was like paying attention to myself to not make that same mistake again. But if I had just let it go and just focus on what I had to do, things would have gotten a little smoother, which I eventually did at the end of the day. But
All
I just
right.
wanted to put it out there.
Good work, good work, good work. Nice work on that. There we go. So that's our take on the art of letting go and how the art of letting go can help you to literally just not feel so much tension while doing what needs to be done. Again, you can only let go when you actually doing what needs to be done. If you ain't doing what needs to be done, then you're not even gonna let go because you know you're not doing what needs to be done. So you're gonna be anxious. You're gonna think these thoughts of it not working out. Why? Because you're not doing what needs to be done. But if you're doing what needs to be done, you're getting everything done, then you gonna let go because you gonna know, oh, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm doing what I gotta do, so it gotta work out. You only gonna overthink and only gonna go to the future or go run to the past because you know, like, oh, I'm fucked. I'm not doing what I need to do, so let me run to this tense and that tense so I could try to make something up of it. But there's nothing you can make up of it. You need to do what you need to do right now. You need to remain in the moment and take action right now, and that's how you're gonna be able to receive what you need to receive. There we go. Not sitting there attaching to when it's gonna happen or sitting there attaching and thinking when it's gonna happen. You just literally what you're doing by doing that is you're telling the universe like, oh, I don't got it yet. I don't got it yet. You sitting there stressing and thinking when it's gonna happen. You like, I don't got it yet. When is it gonna come? When is it gonna come? You always gonna be on the frequency of when. Other than if you showing up, you already on that frequency. So it's just gonna play out. You already in alignment with it. It's gonna play out. So let's go on to the next vibe. The next vibe is how to keep going when life gets tough. Feel me? So I'm gonna start off with it. How I feel you could keep on going when life gets tough is one, don't think about or give your energy to times that was tough. Don't sit there and think about times that you was in a storm and everything was going left because you got out of that for a reason. You ain't get out of it to be thinking about it again. So that's one thing to do when life is getting tough is to not be thinking and give your energy to tough times. Another thing on how to keep going when life gets tough is to literally be getting back into it, remaining into the moment, having your attention at your heart and simply taking action, doing what needs to be done. When it's tough, when I don't feel like doing it, well, I got two things. I could sit there and keep on going through what I'm going through, or I could do what I need to do and experience new vibes. For what I'm saying? So how to keep going when life gets tough? I'm into the moment and I'm just going. I'm not sitting there giving my energy or giving my mental to this tense or that tense. I'm literally doing what I need to do right now, and that's going to help me to keep going when life gets tough. Another vibe, and my last vibe on my point until I move it on, is literally, even I know we're trying to be as in the moment, but when we think about that future and that long term thing, that could give us a little bit of a boost that we need to be like, all right, bet life ain't the way I want it to be right now, but I know what's coming, and since I know what's coming, I got a little bit more energy to show up so I could be able to get towards what's coming. So one thing is, let's say I'm a trench baby, I'm in the hood, there's mad drug dealers, mad crackheads around me, whatever the case may be. I could sit there and be like, I could keep thinking about, how every situation could go left if I go outside. I could probably have a bullet that don't got my name on it. It could probably come and tag me or something like that. Or I want better for the future. I want to be in a better environment. Okay, so I'm going to take better action right now. I want to be in a better environment. I'm going to do better than I did yesterday. I want to be in a better environment. I'm not going to do the same exact thing I did yesterday that I know is keeping me here. I'm going to take better action so I could get out of this environment. I could get away from crackheads. I could get away from drug dealers, whatever the case may be. I'm taking better action so I could get out of that environment. So that's that vibe. So Daniel, how would you say, what steps would you take for when life keeps on getting tough?
I think this question it's a really good question, a really beautiful question. Why? Because I think it kind of correlates to the first question you had, right? And me saying that is just for the fact of surrendering, right? So I think letting go and just accepting it when times are tough, the most important part of it is just surrendering to it. Like life isn't always gonna go smoothly. It's not every day we have sunny days. There has to be a rainy day. Sometimes it's gonna be a little cloudy. Right now it's break. Give it a couple more months, it's gonna be sunny again,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you just gotta go with the flow. You just gotta accept it for what it is, right? And you just gotta learn through what's going on. Like let's say you're having a bad time, learn what you can at the moment. Like okay, how am I handling this? What's affecting me? What's not affecting me? What can I take from this? What can I learn from this? How can I improve? You know, and just try to make sure you're not repeating the same mistakes over again. And then when you go into that gloomy session, not that gloomy, the sunny session, that good time, you learn to like be more present, enjoy it while you can,
Mm-hmm.
because sooner or later you might come again, have a gloomy day. But besides that, it's just learning to just accept it. That's really just it. Just accept it for what it is. Like
Mhm.
you can't always have everything going your way. Think about it. If everything, if I had everything I wanted to this day, oh my gosh, the world will not. Honestly, the world would probably be a crazy place because
Mhm.
I'll probably be one. I'll probably be one of the richest men out here, probably. And then I'm pretty sure a lot of people will hate me, all types of yeah. But that's kind of like going off topic. But I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, hundred
But yeah,
percent.
just surrendering and accepting it for what it is.
All right. So, Jeffrey, how would you say you keep going when you feel like life is getting tough?
Get tough. You gotta remember that it's not always gonna be tough like that. It's not always gonna be tough. It's gonna be another. It's just another day that was literally trying to bring you down. But you gotta remember, if you, as long as you stay positive, as long as you keep your positive energy, um, and you also gotta be mindful that what you're experiencing emotionally wise is actually happening. Like you're experiencing that motion. So if you're angry, yes, you're angry. You feel that emotion, but you gotta come to acceptance that whatever happened happened. That's just for the angry portion of that thing. But same thing will go for the if life gets tough. Whatever happened happened.
Word
But
up.
that doesn't define you. That does
Mhm.
not
That's right.
define everything that you're doing, everything that you're working towards. That one bad day does not define you. That one bad day was just a setback. Matter of fact, it was like a nail in the floor that probably popped up from whatever fuck reason.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Sorry, but you experience the pain, you move forward, and you're going to heal from it. So just if life gets tough, just remember that that's not the only day that you experience in your life. That's not. It's just a temporary setback.
That and thing that you said that definitely helped me out too is that it does not
Yeah.
define you. It doesn't define you. I really do love that. I definitely like to hear that because today was, I'm not gonna lie, for the last like 2 weeks, life been a little too sweet. Like I ain't know why it was too sweet. Everything was going and flowing perfectly. I'm like every trade is busting. Every day I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing. I'm like I don't know when the day gonna come, but some day gonna come, and I don't know if it's because I expected it, because shit kept going good and everything was handy dandy. But like today, I'm going to my car, I got a bubble in my tire. I'm like, bro, where this bubble in my tire come from? Mind you, the last 2 weeks I've been driving the
Damn.
car, everything perfectly fine. So now I'm looking, I'm like, all right, well, that's one thing. And then another thing, I've been on fire trading for like the last 2 weeks. I can't remember the last time I caught a loss. This morning, I'm like, yo, I lost 30% of my account. I'm like, wow, today's been a day. And then we come into the night. I said we were supposed to start this podcast at 8. We ain't start till like 8:40 because I was like, oh, I did not feel like getting into it. But now you got to understand that these little things, they do not define you. That's not what define you.
Right.
You just had a good last 2 weeks. One day a storm. It's gray clouds. Gray clouds gonna pass by. Put your umbrella up and
Exactly.
keep
Right.
fucking thugging. Put the umbrella up and keep thugging. So that's
That's right.
that's to keep going through when life gets tough. That's our takes on it. Another vibe we're gonna get into is the law of attraction compared to the law of action. Right?
Mm.
So we'll do the law of attraction, which is like, okay, I'm thinking I want to be a six-figure day trader every week. I'm trying to make freaking every 2 weeks. I'm trying to make six figs. I'm just thinking about it every day. I'm just watching videos about it every day. I'm just thinking I'm attracting it, but then I ain't doing shit compared to doing it. I'm not showing up as a six-fig trader. I ain't trading as much as a six-fig trader. I ain't having the discipline as much of a six-fig trader. I ain't doing the research needed. That ain't me right now, by the way. I'm just putting an example. I'm just saying if I'm wanting one thing but I'm acting another way. I'm just thinking law of attraction, magic. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up. Fuck no. Fuck no, it's not. It's really not. And I'm not gonna lie to you. This sounds super super crazy. But the only way I feel like shit like that is possible, because I definitely seen this one lady that was on TikTok and she was like, I have no product, I sell nothing, I don't do anything. I just believe in abundance and I get these $10,000, $15,000 checks. And I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, it sounded pretty crazy. She was showing receipts, maybe she is doing something and she ain't saying nothing. But I feel like if you really believe in that, you got something about to come in and you believe in it like the same way you believe in a McDonald's receipt coming towards you. You know that you placed the order already and you know there ain't no choice but for you to get this item. I feel like that is the only way. That's the only way you could probably not take as much, not take as, I don't know, not take as much action, because maybe you already really, you thinking smarter other than thinking harder. You really resonating on that frequency. So you're not doing so much of labor, but you thinking like that. You have the discipline like that, and you are vibrating on that frequency still. So say like this is a perfect example. I'm saying I want to do something in the nature of faceless YouTube channels. I want to do a faceless YouTube channel, right? Now I'm thinking, oh, I could sit there and either keep on watching people that's doing these faceless YouTube channels. That's they channels is busting, they shit out of the moon. Or I could sit my ass down, get on my computer and make faceless YouTube content, and now I'm on the same vibe as that. So the law of attraction versus the law of action, it's like if you're not doing the action vibe, it's gonna be clip unless you really know some type of way to really resonate on that frequency, really resonate on it, and really feel like you aligned with it, whether it's taking any action of discipline, any action.
Like I said, like Gabe said, these things go hand in hand. Law of attraction, law of action. I mean, they might be different, but they don't definitely have their similarities because of what they play for each other. So law of attraction is like, for example, I have this little toy car here, right?
Mm-hmm.
A Z06 Corvette. You know, this is a car I'm gonna get for sure, 100%. This is the law of attraction. I'm doing things to bring something into my life that I would want to that I want to achieve one day. Like for example, I have a poster that motivates me. Like there's a poster that shows me another car, or maybe even a house or something like that. So
Mhm.
just wanting to attract these things, you know, that's one part of the story though, because that's what makes law of attraction and law of action. They can't be completely separate without having the other, because you can attract it, like you could want to attract it, but the law of action, if you're not actioning on it, you're not going to get it. You're
Mhm.
going to you're going to just keep wishing for it and trying to attract it, but you're not trying to reel it in. Like for
Mhm.
example, you do your fishing rod in there, and you're just letting it sit, hoping for a fish. But once that fish attacks and grapples it, you're not pulling it in. What are you expecting?
There we go.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You can't pull the fish in because you didn't reel it in.
Mhm.
So that's why a law of attraction and law of action. If you don't action towards the things that you want to attract, then you're not going to get that attraction.
Okay, nice, solid. I like that answer. I like that answer a lot. So there we go. I like that take, Jeffrey. So the last vibe that we have for the day is setting boundaries and recognizing energy vampires. So setting boundaries of, oh, you're raising your standard, and now you're not letting people that had crazy access to you, that would just access you and literally drain you, and now you feel super depleted. Now it's like you can't even go on and tackle the rest of your day. So now we're talking about setting that boundary and understanding that, okay, if this person is contacting me about this, or if this person is bringing up this situation, they bring up this situation to me 10 times out of the week, every single time, they're not doing nothing to change their situation. When they come to me and tell me their situation, I'm telling them the best thing I could tell them advice wise, and then they're going about it the same exact way they went about it. They just want to come to me and splurge out and tell me things because they know that I'm going to listen, or they know that, oh, I'm going to give some input, or they know that, oh, I'm going to give them the time of day. So they're like, okay, this is a person that, oh, I could just speak to them and I'm gonna be able to drain them quick as day. We're talking about setting the boundary to where, okay, we don't have these people have access to us because we can't afford to be drained in today's time, because we need as much as our energy to be able to receive what we want to receive and be able to experience what we want to experience. So setting up that boundary is really super essential. So Daniel, what is your take on setting a boundary so that way you don't have as many people hitting you up, draining you, or things of that nature, which some of us can't help because we're light workers, higher vibrational beings, and people just contact us off the rip like that because they know, like, I guess we're just attracting them. But what would you say is your take on that?
Most importantly, I just think you just gotta stand on business. That's that's just what it is. You gotta stand on business. Like, bro, you're not about to come in here and think it is what it is, bro. No, that's not about to happen, bro. Like, at my current state right now, right? That's
Mhm.
I'll use myself an example. Like, um, I'm currently single, obviously, whatever the case may be, right? I'm not just gonna go out there maybe because okay, I'm feeling a little lonely about myself and I want a lovey-dovey vibe for like Valentine's Day, right? Coming up. I just go out there and pick some random chick. Like, bro, how's that gonna make any sense? Like,
Mhm.
I don't even know who she is. That's even if I do get to know her before then, it's not enough time to really know who she is, or what her true intentions are. Like, and then I give her my time and energy, and then all she's doing is just telling me, oh, she wants this, that, and the third for Valentine's Day. Like, shorty, calm down, okay? Calm down. Like, what do you think this is? Like, I'm still getting to know you, already demanding all types of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, it's yeah, you just gotta stand on your principles. Like, you can't go for certain things. Some behaviors can't be accepted. And mind you, and then energy vampires could also be your spouse. It could be a parent. It could be like, it could be your friends too. It could also be like people at your work. It could just be a random stranger. So you just gotta be mindful of it. Like, don't let people take advantage of you. Like, know your own self value and self worth at the same time. And yeah, just really know who you are. Just don't let people use you, because it's easy. It's easy to be a kind-hearted person and allow people to kind of manipulate you in a way. But you're thinking, oh, you're doing it out of kindness, which makes sense. But they know in their heart that they don't really care about the kindness that you're trying to do for them. They're just using you to get whatever it is they want to get from you. So yeah, that's just pretty much it. You just gotta be mindful of it and stand on business. That's it.
There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Jeffrey, talk to me. What are you thinking about setting boundaries, and what is your perspective on recognizing energy vampires? Talk to me.
You're like your good vibes, what you do, like everything that you put out, they just use you for what you're putting out. Now it's like having a I don't know, I guess you could say a leech. It's like having a leech. Like a leech attacks you, sucking your blood. They're just doing that shit just for them to survive. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
understand that, you know, you as a person, you can only handle so much. Like you are an individual. You're capable of a lot of things, powerful things, but you can
Hmm.
only handle so much at the time. So, with that being said, you also got to limit how much energy you're letting people drain out of you. Like you got to make sure you set yourself with the right amount of people, or the right people with the right mindset that your energy is flowing towards.
There we
You
go.
have to really be positive. You have to be positive. Say for example, if someone's positive, someone's negative. You can have a positive and negative, but the positive is going to get you to that place that you want to get to. The positive and negative is going to be which by the way, it doesn't work like that with batteries. A positive and a negative is not going to. It's going to. I believe that's a negative actually. A positive is a positive, and a negative is a positive, and a positive and a negative is a negative. Now think about that for a second. A positive and a negative is a negative means that there's one positive, one negative. These two have differences. They have differences, and they're not going to. It's only going to equal to negative things. But if
Hmm.
you have a negative and negative, they're going to equal positive because they're hitting with the same frequency. They're in the same frequency. They want to be around each other. Negative people want to be around with negative people.
There
Now,
we
a
go.
positive and a positive is going to attract a positive because people who's positive attracts other positive people. It
There we
only makes
go.
sense. It's literally
Mm-hmm.
the law of the how the world works, honestly.
Yep.
Uh, but with that being said, it's you just got to make sure that you're giving the energy towards the people that's giving the same energy as you, because you're only going those energies going to make it stronger. Don't let people really leech onto you for the same things, and set boundaries with yourself. If you like different type of ranch brands, like for example, I like the ranch brand from BJ's. I don't like it. I like it over the other brand things that you can get from Food Line or ShopRite or whatever you say.
Hmm. Hmm.
Having standards for your brand that you want to taste is the same way. Having standards for the people that you want to hang around.
Yeah, there we go.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you like to choose your same brands, think of it like that. It's like you have a certain standard, you have a certain brand you like, then why change it?
Yeah,
You have to
100%.
keep staying with the people.
Okay.
But that's my take on it.
Yeah, piggybacking off of your take with the negative, positive thing, it's like, yo, it's such a big fact, because it's like, as I said, I was serving and I was in a negative headspace, and I was just complaining about life, bitching about life, thinking like life was the worst thing. I didn't, want to experience it at all. I'm like, yo, I would go to work like that, and now the guests that I'm attracting, customers I'm attracting, they just coming in bitching, they coming in mad, they coming in angry, they coming in tight at the world. I'm like, bro, I just seen you, we just seen each other, why are you tight right now? Then I'm like, when you really take a step back and you really look at it, how you coming on for the day? Like, how did you come into this energy? How did you come into this space? What energy did you have? So now you can't be tight when, oh, all you is attracting is it's radiating that, and then I've had the times where we go to the positive thing, like what you had said. I think you had said positive, negative is what makes a positive, correct or not?
Negative. No, a negative and a positive makes a negative, and a positive makes a
Oh
positive,
yeah. So
negative as possible.
but that positive thing that you're saying now when I'm showing up and I'm feeling better, I'm living from the heart now, I'm smiling a little more, I'm actually grateful to be alive, I'm actually happy to be here and to be able to serve these guests. Now I'm attracting people smiling, people got some stories. Now I'm attracting people that just had an amazing day, they got blessings swinging in left and right, and that's because I'm like, oh, I done raised my frequency, I done raised my vibration, and now I'm attracting that vibe. You feel what I'm saying? So with that, with what you had said, I definitely did like that, and I wanted to piggyback back off of that. With that, that is the last vibe, the last
Wait,
chapter. Talk to
wait
me.
1 second.
Austin,
Can
you
I
got
put a little input? Can I
Yeah,
put a little input on that?
of course.
So with the energy vampire thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of the word attention. So you gotta pay attention to what you gave your energy to as well. Like things like let me give an example, like the food you eat. Like that could be another a source of like en energy vampire. Oh my gosh. Like if you eat like, let's say you've been working on yourself. Like example, I use myself as an example because I be
yeah,
doing some big bag stuff sometimes. Um, so I go to the gym from time to time, and once in a while, I might, you know what I'm saying, I might cheat on myself a little bit. Might go a little Popeyes, a little a little Wendy's,
Mm-hmm.
even though I know I'm not supposed to be doing that, right? And that's just draining me and decreasing my motivation. Um, I do it from time to time, and that's something I gotta work on as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another source of it. Or I don't know if I think you're kind of similar to me on that aspect, Tafari. Like when you watch like scary movies, how like you have like nightmares after and
Yeah.
whatnot. That could be another source of like energy vampires. Like
Mm-hmm.
the things you
yeah,
watch, parts that take on it is like your attention. Watch it, what you feed your attention to as well.
Mm-hmm.
That could also be a part of like draining yourself energetically.
There we
So I
go.
just wanted to put
big
that point
point.
out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, and that you knew better when having these foods in front of you, but it was like it's almost habit and it's almost decision making, and there's certain habits and certain decisions that are going to drain you, but that you're not the only one that, but you will still partake in it. It's almost switching that habit, switching that approach, and either having a healthier meal at that time or being like, you know what, tomorrow I'll wait off instead of eating this late. I'll wait off and tomorrow have something healthier and not go about it in this route. You know what I mean? So piggybacking off of that, just staying aware, being aware of what is giving you energy and being aware of what is draining you. So I think that's a big thing too. And a lot of us, we do have to remember, don't take it for like, oh, this thing is draining me, but it's evolutionizing, because there's a lot of things that are evolving you, and it's making you feel depleted, and now you're using it as an excuse, like, oh, this is draining me, I don't want to be doing it. No, don't do that. Don't make that excuse, and you're not slick. You only cheating yourself. If you going up and you evolving and you feeling a little depleted, a little drained, no, sometimes it really is because, oh, you haven't been here, you're getting super uncomfortable, and now you
Mhm.
feeling like you're getting drained, but you really getting pushed to a limit that you wasn't at before. And then there's that old comfortable you that's like, oh, no, this isn't it, this is taking a little bit more of our energy than we're used to. That's not draining you. You are evolving. You need to let that evolution rock, or go through the same exact experiences, because that could be with people too. We could have people in our lives, and this person is, I'm evolving with this person, I'm evolving with this person, but now it's like, oh, I'm thinking, no, there's no way, this person is just draining me, da 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 da. No, it ain't like that. That person helping you become the person that you need to become. That person is helping you outgrow the person that you used to be. And if you were still the person that you used to be, you would hate the fuck out of life right now. So appreciate people that are helping you to go towards another level in a way that they don't know, or a way that you don't know. As I mean, you don't know is okay, you don't see it like that, but deep down in your heart, it's like, damn, I literally keep going up. And this person is helping me go up. So that too. Don't let's not take when we evolving and we feel uncomfortable, we feel like it's draining us, and then we stop halfway and go back to what make us comfortable. Because you just gonna
Right.
keep going through the same vibes, gonna keep going through the same exact experiences. And this life shit, I don't know about it being short, but I know this motherfucker fast. This thing is fast. This life shit fast. And I feel like you don't want to be going through the same exact things every single time, living life like a robot. Because niggas is not robots. We literally humans. We was here. We're humans. Feel me? And we are either, you know, I'm gonna put it like this: we're spiritual beings. We are the universe, and we just having a human experience. You know, so we want to have the best human experience we could possibly have until niggas reincarnate. Feel me? So that's that. We want to have the best experience. So we don't want to do the same things twice. We don't want to have that boundary. This is literally still on the same last point of the set and boundary. We don't want to my boundaries are set, so I'm experiencing the same thing. I'm just getting drained the same way because I don't got a boundary. So I'm just letting this shit rock. I'm letting this shit rock. Other than if I was to keep my boundary, keep my standards, I'm experiencing new shit. Even if it's uncomfortable, I'm experiencing new vibes. So that's that. That's that right there.
Jeffrey had a point.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of it, but you definitely took some of my points that I was just about to use, but you explained it perfectly. So that I'm actually pretty grateful that you said that. But I exactly what Gabe was saying with the fact that foods and the habits that you do is going to drain you.
Mm-hmm.
That was so grateful. I'm so grateful that you brought that up because it's not only people that could drain you. It's not only people. He made such a great point because habits that you are so used to, sometimes you're so used to the habit that you'll see that habit as a not a bad habit, if anything. You're so used to it that you've done it so many times, you'll be like, that's not a habit. That's more of like a thing I do automatically. And you're able to conquer over that habit. And it's crazy because I was just reading this book. It's such a great book. It's called Atomic Habits.
Oh, I read that.
What?
Mm-hmm. It tells you about these habits that you should how you really overcome the habit, and how whatever it is that the end of the habit, that dopamine, that graph that you do the habit for, is the reason why you do it. And sometimes these habits you can really have a different feeling about it as well. You can definitely be like, dang, I hate this habit, but you know, it's there. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should definitely
I knew that's what you was doing.
I got that shit right here, bro. I got the book right here. Oh my gosh, yo, y'all go pick this up for sure. I mean, not personally, I haven't really given an experience or a read yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even opened a page, but that's just because I have other books I'm still trying to catch up to. Ooh, since we're on like this topic of like boundaries and taking action and attraction, I have a book I could recommend to y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Sheesh. 100%.
I recommend this to y'all too. Y'all should definitely go pick this up right here. It's called Ikigai. It's a Japanese. Okay, hold on. Y'all can see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Japanese way of living.
Happy life.
Bro, it's a great book, bro.
That's probably one of your top ones.
Yep, definitely. It's helped so much. It's talked about how they live better, how they live longer, in a way. Their way of life, their lifestyle. How when they eat, they don't eat to like full fulfillment. Like they don't eat to a full stomach. They only eat like 80%, but they still have energy to move more and do more things. It's really a really good book.
Yo,
definitely give it a read for sure.
Ikigai is what it's called. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I got you.
Yo, it's so tough as you said that with the eating vibe. Yo, I started doing that probably last summer. I started picking up on that, not eating things that once I'm done eating, this thing is knocking me out and giving me the itis. And it's so crazy how a lot of people, they go to get that meal, the plate full of shit, and by the time they done eating, you can't even experience no rest of your day, or that thing just done laid you out, knocked you out. And it's like, yo, you think that's what the food's supposed to be doing to you? You think it's and this is just going off of that what you just said with the long and happy thing with the Japanese thing, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that with a book, a tough book, and I still have that book till this day. The book that I'm about to bring up, that book that made me cry. But going towards with the Japanese long and happy thing and eating things that aren't gonna freaking knock you out, they are either gonna give you just a sense of satisfaction to where you feel like, okay, I don't need to stuff my face for either, like, the rest of the day or a couple of hours, or I could have another small light meal. I think that's super essential. The book that I was going to piggyback off of that is almost giving like Ikigai vibes is this book
Yeah.
called The Happiest Man on Earth by a guy named Eddie Jarko. And this book, he was a Holocaust survivor. So he was talking about how him and this one friend, they literally had to work really, really hard together, and they had to really make it through. And if they didn't have each other, they would have both died in the camp. He talks about times that where his family was literally slaughtered in front of him, his dog got bodied in front of him. But then he literally talks about just having the gratitude to literally make it out of all of that, and then being grateful to not experiencing that again, and then being grateful for just life in general more and more, and taking more advantage of time and opportunities because of either I had went through this and I thought it was lights out, so this is giving me a oomph to put in some more pain. This is giving me a oomph to appreciate life way more and to step into my purpose way more. So
Yeah.
speaking on that long and happy thing, when it comes to those books, that book was super, super tough to me. I was thinking to myself, like, wow, like I'm over here, even if I think like in the slightest that, like, this life shit is ass. Look at this guy. This guy didn't, like, he done literally had his family bodied in front of him. Niggas is getting slaughtered in front of him left and right. And on top of that, in the camps, what he was talking about, he was saying that how while they would take these long walks on the camp, if one of the soldiers or if any of the soldiers were on more of the weaker side, they would lay them out. They would literally lay them out. If you were weakening, showing signs of weakness, they were laying them out. So being able to see all of these things and then to still have a great perspective on life, to literally still give life a lot of energy after these senses of events, other than having your attention and energy be at the fact of, oh, life was just trash at that time, and you just keep thinking of that time. Because we have people that go through not even as bad things like that, but then they're identifying themselves with past things, they're identifying themselves with past experiences, and it's like, bro, you either going to sit there and either take the lesson or literally just keep going through the ass whooping mentally that I had already gave you. It already gave you the lesson, it already gave you the ass whooping, so why are you putting yourself through that 2 times? So that's on that, piggybacking on the books, on the 2 books that we were just speaking on. And then you guys have anything you guys want to add?
I think what you just said, that's so perfect, bro. It's crazy how everything's like, in its own way, it's all correlating with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the fact that you were talking about the experience that he had to go through, right? Remember the topic we touched on earlier, how you were talking about how going through tough times and the actions you got to take afterwards, something like that, in that
100%.
nature, right? It just kind of correlates with the book you just read. Like, think about it, bro. I I'll be honest, I could never imagine how it would feel to see my family get like damn near offed in front of me. Like that mentally, that's like, I don't know how you even reason with that. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how he was, because it takes a lot, bro. Like not for you to hate that person to even find love in humanity again. Because
Mm-hmm.
bro, it's like that's a trauma that I don't know, bro. That's some deep trauma right there. And then having to go through all that, not just his family, like probably he lost his family through that. And he probably made some friends along the way to help him cope, right? And he most likely lost some of them too as well. It's like, yeah, that's mentally, that's bro. That's an, oh my gosh, that's draining, bro.
Yeah.
And just to come out of that and still like try to be a better person, a good example, and still write a book on it. Yeah, bro. Yo, shout out to bro. I definitely gotta read that book when you get a
Yeah.
chance. I'd love to give you that a read for sure.
Hundred
I want to add
percent.
on to that as well because uh, it links back to also not just one topic, but another topic we talked about on other podcasts, being grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure his gratefulness level is off the charts right now. Like, there's 1 to 100. He's probably in the billions right now because he's grateful for everything that he has so far, and
Mhm.
this past experiences that he experienced. He's not letting that define who he is. He's letting that past go and healing from it because he accepts what happened and he has to deal with it. So I feel like um with him knowing that what he experienced, and was, like Gabe said, was able to write a whole book about it and tell his experience over, and from his memory. You have to relive that memory just for him to write that.
Mhm.
He he really he really got a different level of gratitude, gratitude, and he really has a different level of, I would say also emotional intelligence, because his emotions, he can go wild at any moment. But instead, of course, I don't know how he reacted when he was writing the book, but I'm pretty sure if he's writing a book like that, he got his emotions down packed, and he's ready to accept and heal. So that's why I feel like, not just to touch on one point, but touch on a few points that we be talking about in these podcasts. So
That's right.
There we go. So yeah, guys, that's the vibe for today. That's episode 2 of the TakeSpace Podcast. We'll be back on Sunday. If that's the set day that I'm going to have right now. If we come back earlier, then we'll come back earlier. But Sunday is episode 3. This one is not going to go up tonight. We're going to put this up probably tomorrow afternoon. Definitely tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, episode 2. Let's keep it going. And that's it, guys. We touched on the art of letting go, how to keep going when life gets tough. We talked on the law of attraction and the law of action. And then lastly, we spoke on setting boundaries and recognizing energy vampires. And then we topped it off with the book reflections. So yeah, that's a good episode right there. I'm going to end it off. And yeah, appreciate you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And that is that.